So, what if just about everything you've ever been told about building good habits is, well, wrong? We're about to dive into a really powerful idea about how small changes actually work, and I'll give you a hint, it has almost nothing to do with willpower.
And right there, that's the idea that changes the entire game. We're always told to just grind it out, to force things with more discipline. But that's like trying to paddle a canoe against a river current. The real power isn't in fighting yourself, it's in understanding the system that's already running your life on autopilot. Let's really break this down. The old way, the discipline model, that's like trying to push a giant boulder up a hill every single day. It's all about force, it's a struggle, and it is exhausting. But the new way, this prediction model, is all about building a conveyor belt. It's a system that, once you get it set up, just runs on its own. It's not about what you force yourself to do, it's about who you automatically become. So how exactly does this model get built? Well, think of your brain as this relentless data scientist. And guess what? You are its one and only research subject. It's watching everything you do 24/7, just looking for patterns. And here's the brutally honest truth about it all. Your brain doesn't really care about your grand ambitions or your New Year's resolutions. Nope. It only cares about the data. What you repeat, no matter how tiny, becomes the truth. That repetition, well, that's the code that literally writes your identity. Asking this question completely reframes everything. It shifts our focus away from a simple to-do list and turns it into more of a training program. Every single action you take is a lesson. So the real question becomes, what are you teaching your brain about who you are, day in and day out? Okay, so with that in mind, let's look at 8 tiny actions. But please, don't think of these as just another list of habits. Think of them as small, targeted software updates for that internal model we've been talking about. Each one installs a new, way more effective line of code. First up, a real classic: make your bed. Now, I know, it sounds so simple, maybe even a little trivial, but the mechanism happening behind the scenes here is incredibly powerful. You see, every single morning starts with this silent question in your head: do I act or do I delay? By making your bed, you win that very first negotiation within minutes of being awake. You're not just tidying up some sheets, you are sending a powerful signal. The data point your brain logs is this: we are the kind of person who acts without hesitation. And that pattern, it echoes through the rest of your day. Okay, next up, before you reach for the coffee, before you check your phone, before you do anything, a glass of water. And again, the real magic here isn't just about hydration, it's about rewiring your brain's entire reward system. Most of us, we start the day with a reward, right? A hit of caffeine, maybe some sugar, that quick dopamine hit from scrolling social media. Our brain learns a simple rule: to get started, we need a treat. Drinking water completely breaks that loop. It's pure function, zero reward. It teaches your brain this profound lesson: hey, we can begin without a prize. And then, all of a sudden, starting those other bigger tasks doesn't feel quite so heavy anymore. This next one is so subtle, but oh my gosh, it is transformative. When you're in conversation, when you get that annoying email, before you fire back a response, just wait 5 seconds. That's it. That little pause, it creates a tiny gap. It's a gap between the thing that happened and your automatic predictive response. And it's in that space that your conscious mind has a chance to catch up and actually step in. You go from being a puppet of your own predictions to being the one who actually pulls the strings. You're literally rewriting the rule in your brain from react to decide. Just let that sink in for a second. Have you ever had that feeling of, ugh, why did I just say that? That's your predictive model running faster than your conscious mind. These tiny habits we're talking about, they're all about just slowing that process down enough to get back in the driver's seat. All right, now it's time for a biological upgrade. And look, this isn't just about getting some fresh air. It's about sending a critical signal deep into your brain. Your brain runs on time, and guess what? Morning light is the master clock. Stepping outside literally anchors your entire internal system for the day. It sets the rhythm for your energy, for your focus, and even for how well you sleep that night. You're not just waking up, you're synchronizing the whole machine. Okay, so at the very end of the day, I want you to take 30 seconds. That's it. And just write down one single sentence that summarizes it. Ask yourself, what actually mattered today? Most of us just kind of experience our days. We don't really process them. This tiny action forces your brain to compress all the noise of the day into a clear signal. And once your brain gets used to answering this question at night, it starts looking for the answer during the day. You start to live with way more focus and precision. I want you to choose one thing. It could be answering one email, reading one page of a book, washing one dish. But for that brief period of time, it is the only thing that exists in the world. No phone, no music in the background, zero interruptions. See, distraction is really just a form of avoidance. Every time we switch tasks, the second things get a little boring or a little difficult, we teach our brain to escape. By just staying with that one task, you install a brand new rule. When it gets uncomfortable, we stay. You're building your focus endurance, not trying to force intensity. Before you shut down your laptop or walk out of your office for the day, just take 1 minute. Tidy your desk, put away one tool, clear off one small surface. Think about it. A messy space is like an open loop in your brain's operating system. It just quietly drains your mental energy in the background. But resetting that space sends this powerful signal of completion. It grants what's called cognitive closure, which allows your brain to fully disengage and recharge, making the next day feel so much clearer. And finally, we've arrived at what might be the most important upgrade of them all. This is about making one promise to yourself, no matter how ridiculously small, and then keeping it. It could be, I will drink this glass of water, or I will walk for 5 minutes. The size does not matter. What matters is that you do it. No exceptions. Because this is what all those other upgrades are really building towards. It's not really about being more productive or more organized. It's about fundamentally changing the data your brain uses to define who you are. It's about building self-trust. We always think that confidence comes from these huge achievements, but it just doesn't. Real, unshakable confidence is built from a mountain of small, consistent evidence. It's built from proof, day after day, that you can actually rely on yourself. So here's exactly what's happening under the hood. Every single time you keep one of those tiny promises, your brain logs it as evidence. It's clean. It's undeniable data. And then slowly, systematically, your internal model updates. The core belief you have about yourself changes from maybe to yes. Your identity shifts to I am someone that I can trust. So the ultimate goal here isn't to just force a new behavior. It's to repeat it so consistently, so quietly, that your brain stops even seeing it as a choice. It just becomes automatic. It becomes who you are. And at that point, you don't need discipline anymore. The system is running itself,